B8 3.0 TS4. How does an E40 file differ from the 104 octane race gas file? They seem to make similar power. Do they have the same timing and fuel delivery?
Fuel delivery is very different
Right,
because the lambdas are quite different between the two fuels. So your fuel demands are going to be inherently very different. Timing is actually it's not far off between the two. They do run quite similar timing, and your power delivery is going to be pretty close to between the two tunes.
And that's simply because an E40 blend and 104 octane have a similar octane rating, which
they have a quite similar
allows,
fuel.
So they make similar power, but they're very different files. And just to be sure anyone watching understands, the stoichiometric ratio for E85 or ethanol is very different than gasoline.
And that's just that's the rate or the ratio where you get the most efficient burn or complete burn for a given fuel.
So you need a lot more ethanol to combust at stoichiometric, which is again the ideal ratio between energy and energy in and out. And so if you try to run E85 on the 104 file, even though they have similar power and have similar timing, it will run extremely lean, and you'll probably blow up your motor. Best case scenario,
you're living on the O2 sensor. Yeah, and it's not a good way to run a car.
So they're trying to think of an analogy, but they both get the same result, but the inputs are very different, and it have to be the whole point of the tune is it's accounting for the differences in ethanol and gasoline.
We almost get blending 104 and ethanol together for an E40 file.
Yeah, you can totally do that. There's no reason not to.
It's going to be really it's high octane.
Yeah, it's going to give you a higher octane mix. It's going to be a lot more expensive.
There's really no reason to, but
unless you're running some crazy setup where you're trying to account for something, usually you're not going to get that much out of it. But if you're you're going to be heavily stressing the motor, or you're at some track event, you don't want to question anything. There's no reason not to run a higher octane blend with ethanol
on a really hot day or something. But 104 is at least twice as much as 91 at least. So.